Hey guys, so it's July, so that means it's time to look back on the month of June and see what products I really liked, and this time I actually have some products that I didn't like so much as well. So if you want to see what products I've really been enjoying this month, then keep watching. So I've got quite a mixture of products. I think this is a bit of a recurring theme with my favourites videos. I always have a lot of hair care products, and I think that's just because I tend to use them up an awful lot quicker than I would go through makeup. But I'm going to start off with makeup because I think that's what most people are interested in watching. So the first thing that I have really been enjoying, I got this a couple of weeks ago, it is the Revlon Photo Ready BB Cream. I've been looking at this for ages in Priceline. It's like the Australian equivalent of Boots or CVS or something, and it's like, how much was it? I think normally it's around the $30 mark, maybe like $27, $28, and I just thought that was a bit expensive for what it is. Like it's a tinted moisturizer basically. It's a drugstore brand, like it shouldn't be that expensive, but don't get me started on the how expensive stuff is in Australia rant because I could go on for hours about that. But I still really wanted to try it, and then one of the pharmacies over here, Discount Chemist Warehouse, had 50% off all cosmetics, so I got it half off, which was nice, and I really like it. So I have the colour 010 Light Fair, and I'm actually wearing it right now, so you can see really good match, which I was really surprised by because I've always wanted to try a BB cream, but I wanted to try one of the drugstore BB creams, and most of them are really dark. Like the Garnier one, I really wanted to try that, too dark. The L'Oreal one, heard great things, too dark. So very happy that this actually comes in my colour. Coverage is like slightly more than a tinted moisturiser, but probably not as much as a foundation. I have got a little bit of powder over mine today, so it looks a little bit heavier. I'm wearing some of the L'Oreal True Match powder, which has got coverage in it, so it's kind of adding to it. It's not the most long-lasting like foundation tinted moisturiser I've ever used. It's okay though, if I want to wear something for a couple of hours when I go into town or I'm shopping or something. I don't particularly need it to be like crazy long-lasting, but it's, you know, it's just enough to kind of see me through a few hours. I've slept in it twice. I know, really bad beauty habit, but it didn't break me out at all. So yeah, really enjoying that. Next is what I'm wearing on my lips right now. It is the NYX lip pencils, and I mentioned this in a video. I did a tutorial where I used this exact colour. I'll link to it down below if you want to see it, but I mentioned it in that video where I got them. They are in the Terry White Chemist in Bondi Junction in Sydney if you live around there or you're in the Sydney area, and they're only $4 each, which in Australia is unheard of. Yeah, they're just a really nice texture. They're nice and creamy. They last pretty well. Like it gives, when you just use it by itself, it's a nice matte colour, so it gives you that very kind of striking, very modern finish. I got 4 colours. So I've got Dolly Pink, number 839, Deep Purple, 808, Orange, which is what I'm wearing on my lips now, and 1000 Years, number 825. I got the 1000 Years one to use as a shader, to shade around the outside of my lips. It looks very similar to MAC Stone lip pencil, which is a discontinued lip pencil, but that kind of taupe brown colour, which makes a nice kind of shadow around the lips if you're overdrawing your lips or just want to make them look a little bit plumper. So for value for money and also shade selection, excellent pencils. And then finally for makeup, this is a product I've also mentioned in a video very recently. This is by a company called Lanolips, and it's their 101 ointment. So this is 100% pure grade lanolin. So you use it as a kind of a balm, a multi-purpose balm. I've been using it on my lips, and I also used it on my nose when I had the flu, so it really helped to stop my nose from getting chapped. Apparently breastfeeding women use it on their nipples to stop them getting like chapped and cracked. You can use it on wounds. It's very pure. It doesn't smell of anything, like nothing at all. But it's so moisturizing. I would compare it to something like the Elizabeth Arden 8 Hour Cream, which I think is made up, there's a very high percentage of lanolin in that, but the lanolin in the 8 Hour Cream can't be as pure as this because it smells. You can really smell, anybody that's ever smelled a sheep, that's what lanolin smells like. It's extracted from, it's an oil that they take from the fleece of the sheep. So unless it's been purified, it smells like sheep. And any other lanolin product I've ever tried has had that smell. So I was really hesitant to use this. I did get sent this by the people at Lanolips, and I was a bit hesitant to try it at first just because I was expecting it to smell horrible. But it doesn't smell at all, and yeah, really hydrating. It's a small family owned company in Australia. Yeah, amazing. It's just a great product. Okay, on to hair care. First thing I'm going to show you is a tool, and this is, I don't know if I showed this before. I apologize if I showed this before. I can't remember if I have or not. It's the Babyliss Big Hair Styler. This is the 42mm size, blah, blah, blah. So this is smaller than the original Big Hair, so it's better for shorter styles. If you've never used one of these before, basically it's kind of a hairdryer. It's more of a styler than a hairdryer. You use it when your hair is like 70 to 80% dry. You turn it on, mine's not plugged in, but you turn it on, you've got two different kind of levels of intensity, and you've got these triggers here that make the barrel spin. So you can spin it in both directions. So you can have flippy 80 styles or flippy under styles, but it spins, you put your hair in, it spins around, so it kind of dries it and styles it at the same time, and it really does give you amazing results. I actually got this for Christmas off of my parents. Thanks Mum and Dad. And I lent it to a friend of mine to try out for herself, so I hadn't used it in ages and I'd kind of forgotten how good it was, and I tried it again, especially with the fringe. Amazing for styling fringes. I might actually do a separate video on this, just like a how to use it and show you kind of what kind of styles you can do with it. So let me know if that's something you would like to see in the comments down below. Next is a product that I actually bought on a recommendation from Siobhan of Let's Makeup, who is another Irish beauty makeup artist guru type person here on YouTube. I'll link to her channel down below if you haven't checked her out, because she's awesome. But she was having kind of a similar problem to me with her hair, in that her hair was quite processed. She had gone blonde and then gone dark again, and she wanted to grow it out and just was looking for a treatment for her hair to help it to grow and just keep it healthy. So she had been using the Lee Stafford, it's called Treatment for Hair That Never Grows Past a Certain Length, which is a bit of a mouthful, but when I heard the name I was like, that's exactly what I'm looking for, like word for word exactly what I'm looking for. So this is actually my second tub of this. You can see I totally used it up. It's like a treatment, a mask that you use. I used it in place of my conditioner, so I used it every single time. The difference with this and other hair masks is you're actually supposed to put it like into your scalp and like massage it into your scalp. Apparently there's protein-based complex to fertilize your follicles, creating a healthy environment on the scalp to help hair grow faster and reach its maximum potential length. So it's supposed to help condition the scalp as well as actually condition the hair. And yeah, as I said, I've already repurchased it. I will be repurchasing it again. I feel like my hair looks like it's in much better condition. I have been using Moroccan oil as well that I spoke about in my last monthly favorites. I think the combination of the two products has really helped my hair. Next is kind of a weird one, but totally necessary, and I think this is one of the most amazing products I've ever tried. It is Nizoral 2% shampoo. So this is a medicated shampoo for scalp problems. I get dermatitis on my scalp. If I don't use a product like this every kind of couple of weeks, I get really, really itchy scalp, and I start to get like very bad dandruff, like, I know this is disgusting, but like really chunky dandruff. And it even spreads like into my hairline and onto my face. I can get dermatitis the whole way down. So I actually read a journal paper about this because my scalp got to a stage where I was almost afraid like my hair was falling out. It was so itchy, I was just like, I couldn't stop scratching my scalp. So I read some journal paper about the cause of dermatitis on the scalp and what medicines actually do work, like what's the most effective medicine, what's been proven to work the best. Because I mean, you can buy Head and Shoulders and you can buy like Neutrogena T-Gel and all these different ones, but you know, there's so many different ones on the market. I've tried so many of them. I wanted to find something that was absolutely 100% going to work for me. And the journal paper basically said that the most effective ingredient to use, or the ingredient to look out for that is the most effective, is ketoconazole. Ketoconazole. I'm sorry. And that is the active ingredient in Nizoral, and you can buy a 1% or a 2% shampoo. I went ahead and got the 2% shampoo because it said in the journal paper that percentage was shown to be the most effective, and within a week of using it my scalp was back to normal. So I use this maybe once every 3 or 4 weeks just to kind of keep it at bay. But yeah, if you're suffering from really, really itchy scalp, you know, it's worth a go. It works for me anyway. So okay, on to more glamorous hair care products. I've got another shampoo and conditioner. These are the Joico K-Pack shampoo and conditioner, the K-Pack Reconstruct shampoo and conditioner. I talked about the K-Pack, I think it was the Reconstructor treatment. I had used that a few months ago and I did like it. I really did like it. I included that in a favorites video as well, but I actually prefer this to it now that I've tried that, and that's cheaper, so bonus. But I bought this because they were on discount in my Salon Supply store. It was buy one get one free because they changed the packaging apparently. This is old packaging, but it's the same product. The reason I bought it though is because my hairstylist had suggested that I try a shampoo that's pH balanced. My hairdresser was just asking me what kind of shampoo I was using, what kind of stuff I was using in my hair, and usually I just use like normal drugstore shampoo like Tresemme or something like that, nothing too expensive. But then I splurged on conditioners, and she was like, no, you have it totally backwards. You need to make sure you've got a really good shampoo. It's way more important than the conditioner. And that blew my mind. I totally didn't realize that shampoo was actually that important. So I decided to go and buy myself some nice shampoo, saw this was on 50% off, went and tried it, and it's pH balanced. So basically what that means is it's not too alkaline or it's not too acidic for your hair or for your scalp. You know when you wash your hair with shampoo and you rinse the shampoo off and your hair feels like you can't even get your fingers through it. It feels like squeaky and it just feels horrible until you condition it. That's not because your hair has been stripped, it's because it's not pH balanced. So shampoo is very alkaline, so it gives it that feeling, and then conditioner usually is more acidic, so it neutralizes the alkali in the shampoo. Here's the science bit. So if you use a shampoo that's pH balanced, it doesn't leave your hair with that really horrible, like squeaky, stringy, like almost sticky feeling, like your hair is almost like meshed together, you know, that kind of way. So I've tried it and it's amazing. I wash my hair and it doesn't feel like I need to condition it. Like it feels like after I've rinsed conditioner out. Like I can run my fingers through it, I can get a comb through it. So then when you do use the conditioner, your hair just feels like silk. So yeah, I've really been enjoying them, and I really like the fact that they've got pumps on the top of them. It makes it very handy in the shower. Okay, now I have a couple of products that I really have not been enjoying this month. There's only two of them. The first one is the NYX eyebrow pencils. So I bought the lip pencils, but I also bought some eyebrow pencils because I run out of my MAC lingering brow pencils, so I needed to replace it. And I saw that they had a ton of different colours in eyebrow pencils, so I bought taupe, light brown, medium brown and dark brown to have them for my kid as well. I don't know why I just didn't buy one. This is what happens when I get excited and I start buying stuff. I just buy everything. I can't stop myself. The ones that I've been using in my own brows are taupe and light brown, and the colours are great, but the texture is just too soft for my liking. It just rubs off very easily. Like you really do have to set it with powder, and you know, it's just more hassle. Yeah, they're just that little bit too creamy. They're the same. I feel like they're more of the texture of an eyeliner pencil rather than an eyebrow pencil. Just too soft. Yeah, slightly disappointed, but they were only $4, so it wasn't that much of a disaster. The next one was an expensive mistake, and this is a product that I actually bought last year at IMATS, but I hadn't really used it that often, but I've been trying to use it myself, and I used it in a bridal trial not so long ago, and it's just a product that I can't make work. And this is probably more for the makeup artists out there. This is probably not for like an everyday makeup enthusiast, but it's the Ben Nye Cream Concealer Palette. So it's the one that comes in the tin palette like that, and you've got your different colours here. I don't know what it is about these. I presume it's so that they're waterproof, but they're creams that set. And that sounds amazing, that sounds great. You know, they're creamy, you can blend them on, and then they set and they stay put. In theory, amazing idea. In practice, not so much. They're really cakey. I find them a bizarre product to work with, because you're fooled into thinking that you've got all this playtime because it's a creamy kind of consistency, so you're kind of blending it on, you're, you know, making sure that there's no edge and it's completely seamless, and then all of a sudden it starts to like cake and break away, and it's just horrible, really horrible. So it's probably more down to my technique of applying them, and I don't really know what I'm doing wrong, but for me they're just too confusing. And I just think there are other concealers out there that are much easier to work with that give an excellent result. So as per usual, this video is going on too long. I'm talking too much, so I'm going to stop there. Really hope you liked my June favourites. Let me know if you've tried any of these products, what you think of them in the comments down below. If you liked the video, you can give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I will have all the products I talked about listed in the description box down there, as well as links to all of my social media. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you're having a wonderful week, and we'll see you on Friday. Bye!